Once Animal Jam's beta period ended on a game, every account that was wearing items that became a member still retained them on their animals, which produced results like this, where items that were members stayed on non-member accounts. This was because there was no membership in the beta testing period of Animal Jam. This phenomenon was dubbed as beta accounts, which I guess is pretty fitting because they were beta testers of the game. It wasn't probably a year or two after the game started where people started to treat these like special accounts. However, these accounts have long since gone almost extinct 15 years later on the game. Reasons for this is because 1, these accounts getting membership, either they get referred or just randomly get given membership. 2, they get banned because the owners of them end up getting banned. Or 3, they get hacked of the items they were wearing, because sometimes these beta accounts are wearing some pretty rare items. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about everything to do with beta accounts, where they've went, if there are still some existing in 2025, and some of the best beta accounts that exist in the game now. Boom, I'm on a beta account. Yeah, the owner of this account gave me permission to use it, by the way, just so you know. I'm not up to no nefarious deeds. Thought I'd switch it up because it is a beta account video. Thought I'd be on a beta account for this one. But I'll reveal my own beta account near the end of the video, so keep your eyes peeled. Let's talk about beta accounts. In the intro, I kind of briefly talked about why beta accounts are kind of so rare nowadays. You don't see them anymore as much as you used to in earlier years of the game, and that's purely because a lot of them are ruined now. I've made a video talking about why beta accounts in general have been ruined years ago, especially when it started happening a lot. But a lot of the time it had to do with referral system on the game. I think the most notable example of this happening to was WisteriaMoon and her beta account Melv. She got referred on that account, and when the membership ended on the account, her items got removed again, just like if she was a member and lost her membership. Despite it being a beta account, it essentially got treated as like a normal account again, if you will. And that'll happen to any account, any beta account that buys membership, by the way, or gets given membership. No, me personally, I've had 2 other beta accounts in the past that have been ruined purely because they got given membership. And it wasn't even a referral thing, by the way. This was just like random Animal Jam giving me membership in like December of 2017, I'm pretty sure. I think they were just giving random players membership for Christmas season. I don't even know. I think I talked about that in my video about beta accounts before, but I don't know. It really sucked because I had like a monkey and a wolf. They were wearing like a pink top hat and purple wings. It was really cool. Too bad it's gone and dead in the water now. Thanks, Animal Jam. But other than that, you know, there was people, you know, targeting beta accounts just to ruin them if they didn't like the owner of them. That, you know, insanely petty, but Animal Jam beta account drama goes pretty deep, I guess. I don't know. But a lot of them actually got ruined, especially in the earlier years of the game when a lot of these beta accounts were getting discovered for the first time. A lot of them did get ruined because they were wearing rare items on them, or at least rare items at the time of when they were discovered. So for example, this account here that I'm on right now, I'm not going to show the username, of course, but the Mech Angel helmet on the game, it used to be quite rare. As you can see here on my trade list here, it's wearing a Mech Angel helmet, wearing the wings. The wings aren't really rare, so I'm just going to X this off. Mech Angel helmets, they were pretty rare back in like, let's say 2012 to 2013, probably when this account got discovered. So it's insanely special, in my opinion, that this account is still standing to this day, 15 years later, with this item on it, because that means the person that found this account, or that owns this account anyway, decided to keep it on the account rather than taking it off and trading it, because that's unfortunately what happened to a lot of beta accounts back then. You know, I'll put some examples on screen here, but like there's another account here with Mech Angel helmets and stuff like that on screen. You know, Mech Angel helmets were extremely rare, and some other items that were extremely rare at the time, you know, gazelle horns, Viking hats, I know were a pretty big one, beards, you know, top hats as well. Like top hats were the rarest items in the game, and there's still some beta accounts out there still wearing top hats. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there will probably be a lot more in the game, but unfortunately a lot of people ruined these beta accounts because they guessed the password of them, or they password cracked them, whatever it might be, and then just took the items off of the account because they valued rarity more than the actual account itself. And I mean, you can't really blame them at that point. If you came across a solid black top hat back in the day, you would probably sell your liver for it, okay? Even though that would kill you. I mean, I know 10-year-old me probably would have done it. Was I 10 at that point? I don't know. You get the joke anyway. But other rare accounts, you know, kind of consist of accounts here like Ducky7. Now, rest in peace to Ducky7. Fly high, king. You are gone forever. Yeah, this account got banned because the last owner that had this was a hacker. Go figure. But this account lasted pretty long, actually, and I'm surprised it didn't get referred ever, because when there was a whole thing with referrals going around targeting beta accounts, I suspected this one to be the first one to go, and it somehow did didn't get banned or referred until like 2022 or 2023. But this account also very special because it's wearing a pink tiki mask, which is still quite rare nowadays. And there was some other, you know, accounts back in the day that were wearing beta items like tiki masks that are still rare nowadays. Unfortunately, they're all gone. So I don't know if there is an account out there that's still wearing a tiki mask. I'll put some examples on screen. You know, a lot of them were kind of blue or black, I'm pretty sure. I don't think many colors of the tiki mask were available for purchase in the beta, or they were just obscenely unpopular. No one bought the rest of them. I don't know. Another example of, you know, pretty rare beta accounts would be beta accounts with gazelle horns. Gazelles were like right next to top hats and some of the rarest items in the game, alongside beards. You know, accounts with gazelle horns or beards, or if God allows it, maybe both, because there was a few beta accounts I remember back then that were wearing both beards and gazelles or top hats, and it was like extremely hard to come by. Don't think I have photos of any of them anymore. I think they're all gone, but I do have a few photos anyway, for sure, about beta accounts wearing either of those items anyway, which very special because, as I said, these items used to be obscenely rare, were regarded some of, if not the rarest items in the game. So it's kind of a miracle that they are, or did exist for so long anyway, before they either got banned or were ruined. This account here, specifically, this Lucy Kate account, I'm pretty sure this is gone. Yeah, it's long gone. Bye hi, Lucy Kate. This account I would regard to be pretty special. Obviously, it's wearing red gazelle horns, which were extremely rare, if I haven't said that enough. It's also wearing 3 other items that are member as well. So they pretty much fielded out every category of item and had it on their wolf. You know, 4 different items, wearing 4 different items. That was also an extreme rarity for beta accounts because, you know, this account here, it's only wearing wings and the Mech Angel helmet, but that's because a lot of the time in the beta, the gems were extremely hard to get because they actually required playing the game, which a lot of you don't do. You know, instead of just sitting around as like a social circle, you actually had to, you know, play mini games to get gems, like Gem Ball here. You know, he wants to get into some gem ball. For that reason, you know, a lot of people only had 1 or 2 items on their outfits. So people like Lucy Kate, they were a bit of an Animal Jam sweat before that it was even a thing. So this is the original Animal Jam sweat. And I mean, yeah, there was like a lot of other top hat and beard beta accounts that I want to note of. These were pretty cool to me anyway, looking back, especially because I love that time period on the game of when, you know, beards and top hats and gazelles were all like super rare. You know, I really hate the current day rarity system, and I have hated it for the last like 10 years. But that's not even accounting for just other beta accounts. You know, I'm sure I'll put a bunch of them on screen right now as I'm talking about this, but there's a lot of beta accounts that, you know, had different items on them, like leaf necklaces, leaf bracelets, elf armor, you know, big skulls and skull helmets, you know, all these kind of items that, you know, were available for sale in the beta on these accounts. And it was just really special to see. I mean, take this account here, Ninja Mask. I didn't list that, but that was also a thing. And, you know, the pirate sword also, I didn't list that, but brown pirate sword, it's not the non-member one, it's the member one. 23 Wolf, rest in peace, fly high. This account got banned because the person that owned this last was a hacker. Another account here, gonna block the username of this one because it's not banned, but purple wings, just like the account I'm on. Also another cool one, the leaf bracelets, or the leg armor and the leaf necklace anyway, had 2 different bunnies wearing them for some reason. Made the exact same outfit almost, because just in case they didn't get it right the first time, I guess. And there was this account here with the top hat, pink top hat, just like I was saying, pink top hats, or every top hat anyway, was like extremely rare. So the fact that this existed to this day, even because it's not banned, obviously very special. Then this account here, this is active, I'm pretty sure, or it was active pretty recently because this item came out a few years ago. Has a brown sword, elf bracelets, and the skull. Pretty cool. I think this one is the coolest one on the buddy list on this account. There's this account here. I'm pretty sure this is a Woot Moose beta account, if I'm remembering correctly. This just had elf armor and elf bracelets on both of the animals. Pretty cool. There's this account here, Owen and King. This account is banned, fly high. Yes, I'm going to say that after every account, by the way. This was wearing a pirate hat and the sword kind of had a little theme going on. Too bad it's gone. And this is the last one that's buddied on this account. It only has 1 item, which is the elf bracelets. Kind of have to ask what the person was thinking of when they decided to buy any item in the shop and they chose bracelets of all things and nothing else. Like, bro, you could have had a tiki mask or a beard or something and you chose bracelets? Come on. But yeah, items like this or accounts like this will always be special to me personally. Outside of the nostalgia factor of seeing these beta accounts, they're just really cool to see. You know, this is a non-member account I'm on. It's wearing member items that isn't actually possible to do. Obviously, there was like a glitch near, I think 2011 or 2012 when you lost membership and you were online while you lost it. You actually retained the items on it. That's why accounts like Jenna429 existed for so long until that got ruined, unfortunately. But also like the Oscar account, I forget the numbers and I can't be bothered to search it up right now, but I'll put it on screen. Future me is gonna hate looking that up while editing. You know, this account here as well, I had like a spike on it as a non-member. I imagine if that account is ever active again, it's probably gonna lose that though, because it probably got referred at this point, let's be real. But like, those aren't beta accounts, those were just glitched. This account was obviously a beta account because those items from the beta. Now, I don't know if I should actually show this because this has been took away for so long, but you know, it's special. Almajam's 15th birthday, we're talking about beta accounts, I'm in the mood to talk about it. This account here is extremely special. This, I would argue, is the rarest beta account in the game, okay? I'm scared to even show anything more than just this footage, by the way, because, you know, I'm even anxious showing the username, or not the username, but the animal name, because, I don't know, I'm a paranoid freak, and I'm worried that this account will get ruined, or, you know, worst case hacked. But this account here is wearing a beta hood, obviously crazy, and it's wearing a royal cape as well. I mean, that's cool, you know, it's another member item, but the beta hood especially, that item is still extremely rare now. It was extremely rare probably in the earlier games, in the earlier years of the game, let's be real, but extremely rare. I think the previous owner of this account was Aparri at one point, I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing some kind of video of him on it when he was going by 7 still, but you know, I got this passed along to me as a gift. Yeah, I know, an account from the beta as a gift. That kind of sounds really weird, I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I didn't hack it. No, I didn't crack or do any of that nefarious activities, okay? You know, that's unfortunately how a lot of these beta accounts got discovered and, you know, they got stolen from original owners, I guess, as well. So it's kind of like a gray area of discussion, but of whether it's like morally good or bad, I guess. Yep, we're talking about morals in an Animal Jam video. This is how it is now. But no, I didn't hack this account or anything like that. I got it given to me by the previous owner of it since they stopped playing and they knew I liked it. But yeah, this account is pretty surreal. No, I'm not going to show the username. If any of my friends DM me asking for the username, no, I'm not giving you the username either. That's how paranoid I am. I don't think anybody that's still playing the game nowadays knows what this username is, and we're gonna keep it that way because I would probably cry for a solid 20 minutes if this account got ruined. But that, to me, it's gotta be the rarest beta account, I think. Wearing a beta hood, you know, it's gotta be pretty rare, right? You know, that next to accounts wearing all 4 beta items, those 2 kinds of accounts to me, those are the coolest beta accounts to me. So yeah. I think that's all I want to talk about with beta accounts. This is one of the very few videos to come about, you know, kind of old Animal Jam things, you know, beta day stuff. I'm going to be making a few videos over the next while talking about, you know, beta stuff for the 15th anniversary of the game, you know. Figured we'd take a trip down memory lane for that stuff because, well, it's been a while since we talked about a lot of this stuff, and it's always fun to reflect on this stuff. Hey, but big thank you to the members, though. They did help out a bunch with the support on the channel recently, and they did know that this video was coming ahead of time. If you want to join as a member, get some bonus features and whatnot, like exclusive videos and also early access to videos. Also your little name here at the end of the video. You make sure to join by hitting the join button down below. Also does help me greatly in producing these videos as consistent as I do. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here for me, guys. Let me know what your favorite beta account in this video was shown, or if you've ever had a beta account, what did it look like? You know, describe it in the comment, I guess. I don't know, because you can't show me in the comments. But yeah, beta accounts definitely not something that's talked about that much anymore because you know, they're gone, you know. There's like probably 5 of them left in the game, let's be real. It's an exaggeration, but you know. Yeah, do drop a comment and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.